In this video, we're going to be discussing kind of the first phase of getting some function and health back in to the shoulder itself, the glenohumeral joint. So, first is we're just looking at our cars, so our controlled reticular rotation. So, standing, palms facing forward, I'm going to come across, up as high as I can go. Start coming back, rotating the thumb down and continuing to rotate as I reach back behind me. And end up right there. First thing, we're gonna look if there's any pain with any of this motion. So specifically closing angle pain. So in any of this time, this would be the opening side, this would be the closing side. So if you're having any pain with any of those, first things first is kind of staying outside of that pain. More specifically, with the shoulders, we want to work on this rotational aspect. So we're going to look at internal and external rotation. So you can kind of gauge, probably from this position, and it might work even better if I have something to stretch on. So if I'm looking at external rotation, my shoulder is going to kind of be in line with my elbow, and I want to see how far my range of motion is. Do I get any pinching pain with motion? Right? With just regular range. If so, we're going to go into some positional isometrics. Same thing for internal rotation. So you can kind of check that here. I'm holding my hand here because I don't want my shoulder to roll forward. Another way you can check this one is in this sleeper position. So I'm laying on my side. Elbow is not 90 degrees, but kind of a little more comfortable. And my elbow's at 90, so this is straight, so don't let it come out here. And I'm just kind of stretched down. Do I go to end range? Is there any pinching? If I'm not finding pinching, the next thing we're going to test is, can I elicit some force? So I find my end range, and now I'm going to try my position isometric. Can I put some force into it? Do I get pinching pain if I start to do the opposite of the stretch? So the stretch was this way. I'm going to push against the stretch. Decent amount. Is there any pinching? If it's good, then we can kind of go on to phase 2. Same thing for this other position. In this case, I would use like a broomstick or something to kind of hold. So elbow, shoulder, and I'm going to stretch up as far as I can go. So walking my hand up. And for the isometric, I'm going to push my dowel through the floor to see if there's any pinchings. If there isn't, for either of those, so you're kind of looking at it both sides, I would go on to the phase 2 there. But say you are having some pain, so we're going to stick number 1, kind of the same thing if we're looking at the scapula, with continuing to access range of motion, pain-free range of motion. So I'm looking at my cars, and say I get some pain, you're just going as far as you can go through your whole range of motion without pain. Right? Say I get pain around here, just go a little lower. Stay inside the bubble of pain, or that bowl of range of motion where the pain is. So maybe it's not this solid bowl, maybe you only have like a shot glass. That's where you are right now. That's fine. The second part we're going to be looking at is doing these positional isometrics. So going back to those positions that I had, these 2 positions are like the best ones to do. So like if you are setting your plan and doing your training once a day, then these would be the best one to kind of get focused attention through the joint. So I'm going to go to my stretch and or pain. So say I get pain here, I'm going to back out of the stretch and I'm gonna do my isometrics. So driving the dowel through the floor. Couple seconds, relax. See if you can get a little further. When I'm driving, I want to make sure that I'm not having any pain there, no discomfort, no pinching either. So same thing again, going to end range. If there's pain, backing out of the stretch a bit, and then doing my position isometrics, pushing it down through the floor. And relax. For internal rotation, going back to the sleeper position. Finding the point of pain. Backing out just a little bit to get out of that point of pain. Position isometric against the stretch. The stretch was this way. I'm going to push resistance against my other hand the opposite direction. Resist, a couple seconds, relax. See if I can get a little more. Do a couple sets. Relax. So again, kind of first two in this phase one, trying to get access full range of motion without any pain or pinchiness. And then we're gonna be using our cars, big car, or you can do capsular cars. So basically, I'm just doing internal, external rotation at all the various different ranges of motion, looking for like sticky spots. You could do that with a bent elbow or straight. Looking at different, motions, capsular cars or cars, and then position isometrics. So working both of those positions, because those are both the important aspects of this rotational aspect of the shoulder itself, the glenohumeral joint.